Hi, you guys. So I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about dairy. And I'm hoping to kind of remove the wool from your eyes or lift the veil. Um, for those of you who are still under the false impression that dairy is good for you. Most of us have grown up and been told, since we were little kids, that milk does a body good, that it makes you strong, it makes your bones strong, it's got essential nutrients and vitamins, and unfortunately, that is just not true. Milk actually does not do a body good, it does a body bad. And the reason why is because dairy is mostly known for calcium, which calcium is very good for your bones. But unfortunately, the human body does not absorb the calcium found in milk. Um, so it really doesn't do anything good for us. Another main thing people say we need dairy for is vitamin D. Vitamin D is, yes, essential and very good for us, but there are plenty of other things we can get vitamin D from that are way better sources than dairy. And same with calcium. Great ways to get calcium are, leafy greens, dark leafy greens, vegetables, sea vegetables are great, tahini even. Any plant-based milk is going to have calcium in it, and sometimes, those are better than the actual thing. I love my plant-based milk. Um, and then there's vitamin D that easily can be gotten from the sun. I know not everyone has time in their busy day to go out and lay in the sun, or maybe they live in a cold climate. So if that's the case for you, there's tons of fruits out there with vitamin D. There's a certain kind of mushroom that you can get that if it's grown under ultraviolet light, it has vitamin D. And if you're still worried that you're not getting these nutrients that you would normally get from milk, take a supplement. There's nothing wrong with supplementing. But milk is just not the answer. It's really bad for us. It's been scientifically proven that 75% of the world's population is lactose intolerant. So even if you're not having, severe symptoms like a lot of people do, diarrhea, throwing up, that doesn't mean you're not lactose intolerant. If you're feeling tired or fatigued, or you may not even realize it, but you could be lactose intolerant. I mean, 75% is a lot of people, you guys. And other than that, dairy has been, scientifically linked to type 1 diabetes, various cancers, chronic constipation, bad skin, weight gain, all kinds of really bad things. Nose infections, sinus infections, ear infections. I know when I used to eat dairy, I would get sick a lot, cold, sinus infections. I was prone to ear infections, which, oh my God, are like the worst thing in the world. When I don't eat dairy, I barely get sick. So think about it. If you're still eating dairy and you see this video and it gets you thinking, you don't have to give up cheese. You don't have to give up milk. There's plenty of vegan alternatives that, in my opinion, are even better. And maybe one day I'll do a review for you guys on some vegan cheeses because I have a few that I really, really like. Other than that, think about what the cow has to go through. I get it's easy to slack on your own health and say, oh, well, it's so good, I know it's bad for me, but whatever, I'm going to do it anyway. Well, it's not only bad for you and your health, but it's also really, really bad for the cow. When you consume dairy and you support that industry, cows are like humans as they produce milk when they have a baby, and so dairy cows are constantly artificially inseminated, and their baby is within less than 36 hours are taken from them to be slaughtered for veal. So not only, is that baby cow being killed, but this poor mother cow is constantly being, artificially impregnated, and just the wear and tear on her body causes her to, I think dairy cows last about 3 years, and then they're called downer cows, which means they can't produce any more milk and they're slaughtered. An average cow's lifespan is, I think, 20 years. So, that's a really short and horrible life for a cow, not to mention every time they give birth, their baby is ripped away. And, cows are very smart, they're very intuitive. That mother knows her baby is being taken away, and she will mourn for that baby sometimes for weeks. So if you consume dairy and you're thinking, well, yeah, it's bad for me, but I really like it, it tastes good, just take a minute and think about the dairy industry and what it's doing to those poor cows, and hopefully that'll change your mind on it. And like I said, there's tons of alternatives, you don't have to miss out. So anyway, you guys, that was my rant for today. Thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you guys next time.